Good afternoon, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook and on YouTube, and those who follow Brother Abe Sias under TikTok. If y'all don't know who I am, I'm the special guest here tonight. Sgt Sias, a true, proud American and an American hero. A true boots on the ground. Here, the cryptic community is having problems with a wannabe boots on the ground, a wannabe podcaster, or should I say, all I know, I've heard a lot of bad things about him, and Sgt Sias has heard from Brother Abe of this guy's activities. You know, for people to know that don't know, Sgt Sias and Brother Abe is the same individual. It's just two different personalities because of certain things that happen in life. Sgt Sias had to step up like he's stepping up right now. I am an American hero. I just served in Operation Desert Storm. I served in the military from 1989 to 1999. I fought the battle of Medina Ridge. If you all want to check it out, it was the biggest tank battle out there in Operation Desert Storm. In the front lines. What the front lines means is there's nothing but sand and the enemy that awaits you. In which when we went out there, we went in the offense. They was waiting for us in dug-in positions in which they dug holes in the ground to put their tanks, their T-72s, and they were waiting for us on a ridge, so that you could say they could have had the upper hand as they were waiting for us in defensive mode. But what they did not anticipate was that Americans train to the fullest. And that's one of the things. We're trained to the fullest. At the same time, our tanks could shoot further than theirs. So our chance, we had the advantage by the range that we could shoot compared to them. So they didn't expect that. They wanted a fight that they didn't know that they wasn't going to win. So we gave them the fight, what they wanted, in which many of them died in combat. I remember all the ones that were given up, with the white flags. They didn't want to die. The face of fear in the Medina Republican Guard's face when you call upon the thunder, you're going to get the thunder. You could call upon the bull, you're going to get the horns. And by then it's too late, so many of these soldiers, they're supposed to be the elite Medina Republican Guard, died in combat. They were considered to be the best of the best at one time, since at one time they fought Russia out of their country. They're supposed to be the best of the best, but when we came along, Iron Knights, they ran into the best of the best, which was us, and the outcome was not pretty. There was many dead bodies everywhere. The image of so many dead bodies. Sgt Sias at the time was 19 years old. The image of so many dead bodies on the ground was not pretty because, you had to, it's like sometimes when it will get dark and you had to go step down to go send a message to another tank, or you're pulling guard to wake up the next person on guard, you would trip over something. And as you're searching to get your night vision, because your night vision fell out of your hands, you're reaching around for your night vision, and you've managed to to put your hands on the face of a dead body that's there, because at that time, you know, we're still out there in the front lines, and there hasn't been a body bag detail, so all these dead bodies were still in the ground. That was happening, and the other things were happening since there was no body bag detail. You know, when somebody dies and the body is left out there, what happens, brothers and sisters? Or should I say, the members here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters? What happens is that the animals come, the dogs come. Believe me, you would say, how could there be dogs in the desert? Just like it's written in the Bible, when the Jezebel fell from the tower, they said the dogs came and ate her body, flesh and guts, because of her works. Well, her evil works out there, that's all you could hear at night. The dogs feasting upon the dead. It was a nasty, horrible thing to hear, where they're eating raw meat, right? But I had to stay in place following orders. But that's what I witnessed. The dogs that were feasting on the dead were fat, where there were being kings out there eating raw flesh of the dead. They got so brave at one point in time that they even tried to attack me, because they got used to eating dead people, or should I say the flesh of dead people. I got in a fight with one of those dogs as they tried to come and lunge at me, try to go for my throat. I hit it several times in the ribs and the jaw. I kicked it in the face, because by that time those dogs, they're untrainable, because they think they're alphas because of what they were doing, eating the flesh. So when they would see soldiers, they would see us as a meal. Sharing some of the stories of what I witnessed out there. Sgt Sias is sharing stories with y'all. There was an individual in the midst of combat that came out of a bunker underneath the sand. The tanks wasn't moving normal. Normally tanks go 25 to 30 miles an hour, or possibly 35. Depends how good of an engine you have. But in the sand, they were moving slower, probably like 5 to 10 miles an hour, because the sand was entering the V-packs. The V-packs are the breathers, the filters, where it gives power to the engine. And we had to clean those out every 30 minutes. So in the middle of the battle, you know, and already our tank had problems with the engine. It had a messed up engine. So our tank was moving slower than the rest of the tanks. I remember this individual jumped on top of our tank from a hole from the ground. There were some people that were coming out of holes out of the ground, and I would run into them. I was a driver, run right into them. They're breaking half. There was one that jumped on the tank. He had AK-47 in his hand. He was aiming at my crew up on top of the tank. They couldn't see him because of the smoke of the burning tanks. There was a lot of smoke from the tanks we had destroyed. So he was looking up there at them. He could see them because he was standing on the front slope of the tank of the M1 Abrams. And when he looked up, I opened up my hatch. I had my personal 9mm right on me, and I had to do what I had to do. The one shot, one kill. Got him right in between the eyes. Fell overboard. That was that. It's kind of crazy because after the battle, we're supposed to do an ammo count of how much ammo we expended, because they have to take an ammo count to send up higher how much ammo we wasted, which will be the heat round, the saber rounds, the small arms. Well, during the ammo count, I'll tell them I was missing a bullet, one bullet of a 9mm. They didn't believe me. They thought that I had lost my ammo, and there was the people in the chain of command was easily wanted to give me an Article 15 while we were out there in the front lines. So what I told them is, we were the farthest tank on the left. Go down the tank trail. And when you follow the path of the tank that we traveled in, get in the Humvee, go out there. In the middle of that path, you're going to find a gentleman with a bullet right in his forehead. And that's where you can pull the 9mm round that was in between his eyes. They didn't believe me. All the platoon sergeants got in there. Trust me, when I opened the hatch, and when I shot them, they were shooting at me. There was bullets flying everywhere from the AK-47s that were ricocheting off the tank. They were trying to kill me, and I did this all in the move. That's how good I am. In the move, as I was still driving while I shot this individual in between the eyes. In combat, there's no rules. Everything goes. So they jumped in the Humvee. When they come back, they got this look in their face. They got this look in their face of like they're freaked out that I actually shot somebody in between the eyes to protect my crew. That's what we're supposed to do when we're in combat. Whoever's to my left, whoever's to my right, I have to look up for them. As a tanker, the gunner does that, looking out for the tanks that are around them, his flanks, and we're supposed to do the same. We're supposed to have each other's back. I had the back of my crew. I did what I had to do in combat. The images of so many lost lives is not good for anybody's imagination, because that will stick with you for the rest of your life. That's something that I remember as Sgt Sias. You could say I'm tough because of where I've been and what I've done. Fear is out of the question. When you're placed in a situation of life and death, fear is out of the equation. It's either you do or you're going to get done. So I did what I had to do to survive. One thing that I noticed, there's people that do respect veterans, and then there's some people that do not respect veterans. I've run into a lot of those, and they found out who I was. Some the easy way, and some the hard way. They found out that Sgt Sias has a lot of fight in him, and I've even given demonstrations. I'm willing to give demonstrations. Who people want a demonstration that think that they're bad or that they're crazy because people pump it up with hot air. I'm willing to give certain individuals a demonstration of that they're not as bad as they think they are. When you come up against a veteran that's been there and done that, that's been real ground in the boots, I'm that person, real ground in the boots, that has been out there in foreign countries defending the rights of all Americans, including the dumb people, the idiots that think they can do whatever they want to do to anybody. There's always consequences for being that way. What goes around comes around. Karma is real. And of course, we got Brother Spiritual Abe. That he had to find a love foundation just to control Sgt Sias, because Sgt Sias is ready for anything. He's ready to handle business by any means necessary. It's I'm always pop up to protect Brother Abe Sias. It's not PTSD. It's just me. It's just really a person that had to surface up when there was threat and it was a matter of life or death. This what was left was Sgt Sias. I've dealt with wicked people that were trying to kill Brother Abe in combat. Not just the enemy, it was the enemy within the ranks. And I think we see a lot of that. When I mean about enemy within the ranks, there was people that disliked Sgt Sias wearing American colors because I wasn't their color. I wasn't white. I wasn't black. They didn't want to promote Sgt Sias, so there was a person not of color in charge that would promote their own. So Sgt Sias wasn't getting promoted. Dealt with a lot of racism, in which I would encounter skinheads wearing the military black boots with white laces. Dealt with them. I dealt with people that belong in cults, that believed in another source. Sgt Sias dealt with them. You know, sometimes when somebody's coming at you a certain way, I like those kind of people, honestly. Those people that think they got the upper hand, that they can't get knocked off their high horse because they think they are bad. I like those kind of people because I like to show them that they're not as bad as they think they are. I like those people. That's what I like to handle is people like that. People that are bullies. People that think that nothing can happen to them. I like to handle those kind of people. It's kind of like I handled many of those kind of people throughout my life when I was in the military. They came up against me, and I dealt with them when I was in the military. And I see that happening right now. You know, Brother Abe Sias, he's got a good heart. But sometimes, you know, we all have, how should I say, the inner demons, or a certain, should I say, what's the proper word to say? Alter egos. I'm not an alter ego. I'm a real thing that exists. That just awaits. I'm like waiting for the right moment to surface up, which I'm surfaced up right now, because Brother Abe Sias, he's been trying the best to maintain a love foundation, but he's ready to handle business because he allowed me to do this because he left an opening. And I'm not just here for that. I'm here also to step up against these demonic forces that are trying to affect Brother Sgt Sias. They're trying to, but I'm here, Sgt Sias. People don't understand. People don't understand what Brother Sgt Sias has to deal with at a daily basis. I mean, for God's sake, he's risked his life on the line out there in combat. He's got those memories of combat, of all the people that got killed in combat. He's got those images he has to deal with at a daily basis. He's trying his darnest to maintain the love foundation, but here I am, Sgt Sias, resurfaced up. You know, he can try to keep me back, but I kind of step out when the opening is there, and I'm here, you know, waiting patiently. I'm waiting patiently for this so-called person, Browns with the good boots, that says he's Browns with the good and boots on the ground, but he ain't. I'm waiting patiently for him to try to make an appearance here in Temple, Texas, because he's not going to deal with spiritual Brother Sgt Sias. He's going to deal with me, Sgt Sias. He's going to deal with Sgt Sias. So I'm waiting patiently, and if he continues to do things, then we'll see what happens. I'm you could say, an expert of the offense and the defense. We'll see what happens. I see this individual trying to cause a lot of chaos and havoc, and those who are affiliated with him. The only thing I can say to y'all is beware of what you seek for, and just be careful on the waters that you're trading right now. Be very careful. That's all I can say to y'all. To be very, very careful. Because I know about the enemy. I know about the enemy in the flesh. And of course, the enemy in spirit. Because I've seen them in combat. I've seen what they're capable of doing. The enemy that was in the flesh was not capable of doing too much against the elite army of the 1st Armored Division, because we was well prepared for combat. They couldn't do nothing against us. Iron Knights to all my brothers that serve with all my blood brothers that serve with me in combat. But I also seen the works of the unseen enemy, where it's jumping from person to person that has a spiritual opening. They do exist, where they're attaching themselves and making those people do things that they don't. But the people that individual y'all dealing with here in the spiritual equipped community, he's an instigator. He's not a real boots on the ground guy. Trust me, I'm a boots on the ground guy. That term comes from the military, or from, should I say, the armed services. That's where that term comes from, boots on the ground. I'm boots on the ground. This guy is falsifying himself that's like stolen valor, to be a boots on the ground guy. He's bent out of shape. He looks goofy as hell. Trust me, if he was in my ranks, by my side, not trying to fight the enemy, I will whoop him myself. because it doesn't seem to me he has a bone in his body of bravery, of what I see of this guy. No bravery at all, just all talk. But he's not a real boots on the ground guy. If his wife or sister consider herself a boots on the ground also, trust me, no, she's too big to be in a boots on the ground. I don't think they will have the size of boots to fit her, but she will be an easy target in the front lines because she's too big, and you'll be able to see her 100 miles away, as big as she is, that you couldn't use her in combat. She's too big. She'll be an easy target in combat. She's huge. But I believe they're pretenders. You know, I don't know what they're seeking for. They're pretending to be something that ain't. They're pretenders. But yes, she's a big target, though. If you can agree with me, she's a very big target. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to call her Lulu. Lulu is a big target. She's huge. That you can see her with the naked eye, 100 miles away. She's that huge, Lulu. And Brother Mike, or should I say, I ain't going to call him brother. That's Sgt Sias trying to come back into the picture. Stolen Valor Mike, or Mikey, the Lion King. He's just a pretender. He's a fraudster. He's a con artist. All these things that he's doing, you might take it in the heart right now because he's insulting you. He's coming at you in a negative way. He's all doing that just for attention. He's one of those guys, like a special needs guy, that needs that extra attention in order for him to keep on going. So he's doing all this intentionally. The creation of this fake profiles, the drama of he supposedly got a special guest right now. It's probably his sock in his hand like a puppet. You know, all these things that he's promising to his followers is nothing for attention. He's an attention seeker, right? Everything that he says that he's coming up against, crossing the boundary, the line, you know, I'm always sure there's a lot of people that want to whoop his ass, you know. Trust me, if he was being the front lines causing that kind of drama, his ass would have been already dealt with. I would have dealt with him. If it's drama that he wants, if he really wants a drama, wants to face somebody man to man, he would have already been dealt with. He would be making me my cup of coffee every morning in combat. If he was in combat, you could say he would be my little, I ain't gonna say the word, my little bee. I have him polishing my boots in combat. I'll have him washing my clothes in combat, because that's what he would be. If he was within the prison system, he would be the same thing, no different. You know, he'd probably be wearing red lipstick right now, going from cell to cell, because he's not a man at all. And I'm just here seeing the problem that y'all have in the crypto community. You know, people say, don't be careful what you say. I don't care about this guy. I don't care about this cult or the people that are affiliated with them. You know, to me is when somebody comes up against Brother Spiritual Abe, they're automatically the enemy to me, and I deal with the enemy. I've dealt it out there in combat. I deal with the enemy. But of what I see, they're nothing but talk, pure talk. Y'all give them the attention. I see a lot of people giving them the attention by seeing what they're posting, seeing their lives, and you're just going back and forth. You know, negative is not going to overcome negative. Bottom line, you know. But eventually, you know, what I've seen out there in combat and the reality of things, karma's a bitch. You know, karma will come back and bite somebody in the ass. And I believe it's just a matter of due time that karma is going to come after him. Karma is going to come after him in due time. But yes, this individual is just a attention seeker. Yes, and I did nickname his sister, mother, wife, whatever she is, Lulu. Big Lulu. Like I said, when people are, that's why in the military they put you on a diet. They want you to be lean and mean. Either of them are not lean and mean. They're too big of a target. So if I suggest y'all take away the name Boots on the Ground because you're not. I think you need to change it to something else like big targets on the ground, because that's what you are. Big targets in the ground that can easily be touched day or night. Through combat, right? Combat rules, you're easily seen, you know. You draw too much attention to yourself, and you're easily seen, and you could be easily found. You know, to me, it's like you're just a joke. A big, fat joke. Big, fat Oklahoma joke. Fat. Instead of driving your truck around while y'all doing y'all's videos, you should be walking around. From as soon as you leave your porch, going, supposedly investigating, walk instead of driving around. Maybe it'll help you lose some pounds. I think you're not witnessing any kind of Bigfoot activity. What you're witnessing is actually the little bit of walk that you're walking. Since you're always a couch potatoes, the little bit of walk that you're walking, your high blood pressure is rising. As your high blood pressure is rising, is making you think you're seeing a Bigfoot. That you're even, as you're imagining you're seeing a Bigfoot, you even fake you're hearing sounds of Bigfoot by throwing rocks to the ground. But it's all in your imagination because of the high blood pressure. You know, you have to at least go walk around the mobile home that you have. Walk around it like, I would say, like 1,000 times a day, so you can get the cardio going on. You know, the get all that fat off of you, so you get the cardio going on. You need to do some exercises. You know, it's not good. You're not in tip-top condition like good old Sgt Sias for any kind of combat. You're not. Trust me. Sgt Sias trains every day. Every day. Since he left the military, he's been training every day. So there's no way in the hell, doesn't matter what you bring to the fight. There's no way in hell, Sarge has already told him, no way in hell, the outcome's not going to be pretty. The outcome's not going to be pretty. But yes, I suggest y'all start, instead of focusing on tormenting people, messing with people in the cryptic community, the spiritual community, call your cult leader. Your cult leader, make a 3 o'clock in the morning demonic hour conference with your cult leader. and tell him you have a spiritual threat for Brother Abe Sias, but you also have another threat now with Sgt Sias. And you're making more enemies than friends. So I hope you have eyes behind your back, because you're making a lot of enemies. You know, sooner or later, it's going to catch up to y'all. I'm telling you. It might be nobody from the ones that you're messing with. It might be a complete stranger that might come up against you, because maybe that person is really, should I say, demonized, or he has some serious issues, and he might come after y'all for talking all that shit. Sgt Sias ain't going to do nothing. Trust me. But that's what's going to happen. I've seen it happen numerous times throughout my life. The karma's a bitch. So you reap what you sow. And that a Bible verse there, Brother Ike, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. See, Sarge is trying to come out, but I'm trying to keep him controlled right now. But yes, that's what normally happens. I've seen it happen time and time again. I've seen it to the people that with bad intent in the military, where they thought they were bad, that they couldn't be knocked off the white horse. Then they get in a position where they're knocked off the white horse and they're getting stomped, and they don't know what to do to that situation, because they were all talking hot air. And once they're in that situation on the ground with the look of face of fear, it's too late. You know, I've witnessed this in the military. You know, me, honestly, I'd rather have me on my side. Me on my side. What's the saying called? I'd rather be your friend than your enemy. We got here Cousin Jesse Carvajal, Sister Michelle Power. See, Sgt Sias trying to come out. We got Sister Nellie Turner, Rye Voss. I'm going to tell y'all this. Whoever's affiliated with this guy that's infiltrating, just remember what I said. Karma is a bitch. Those that are infiltrating for this guy intentionally, karma will come for you also. Because what happens is that people start pointing fingers to each other. It was him, and it was him. So when they start pointing fingers to each other, they're showing, they're giving their position away, that they were affiliated. So that's what I see as Sgt Sias. When people are pointing fingers, or they did it, pointing fingers to each other, it's because they're affiliated at one point in time. So karma coming for y'all too. It's just a matter of time. But anyways, to those that have been affected in a negative way, the wrongdoings of Evil Ike, don't worry about this guy. He's not dangerous at all. All these people that are saying he's dangerous, it's actually him pumping himself up with his fake profiles. If y'all haven't noticed this, I've noticed this. Sgt Sias pays attention to everything. It's all his fake profiles that he's pumping himself up the same way he pumps himself up on the shows that he does. He's pumping himself up with his fake profiles. So all these individuals that are surfacing up on the channels that you have created, that are infiltrating, that's him. Listening to everything that you're saying. He's listening to everything you're saying, taking screenshots of everything you're putting up. So Sias said some things, and he meant it. That's why I'm here tonight. So it's y'all being played by these people that are infiltrating with fake accounts, pretending to be him, they're pretending to be your friends. Don't trust them. That's why I'm making this video tonight. That's what I witnessed, and I try not to say too much things within the channels. It's like this. If you're affiliated with them, you're part of them, so that will make you my enemy because you're affiliated with them. And y'all infiltrating for them and giving them, you're giving them everything people in the chat are saying. And there's a lot of fake profiles in there. For those that are viewing, there are so many fake profiles in there. If you look at the profile, they don't even have a picture, and they have no pictures or nothing of the lives, fake names, fake profiles. And when I got invited to go to these groups, that's what I'm witnessing. I'm witnessing this people that are within those chats. They're affiliated with them. So it's like I'm saying to myself, well, who really is the enemy if I'm getting invited to chats by people that supposedly are my friends, but then when I go into chats, I see the fake profiles that Ike has, and I'm seeing people that are affiliated with them inside the chats. So Sgt Sias is done with the fun and games. Sgt Sias just wants to handle business. Ike, if here in Texas, there's a such thing called a gentleman's agreement. A gentleman's agreement where you can handle business a certain way, man to man. Here in Texas is a gentleman's agreement. You could actually fight one another by agreeing that as gentlemen, that a person has a person with somebody. Well, I'm that person. I'm that person that is giving you that offer. If you really dislike Brother Spiritual Wave that much, well, I'm here representing Brother Abe. And I want to settle it with you man to man, first of all, for being disrespectful to Brother Abe Sias and to many people you've come up in a negative way. And another one for falsifying yourself as stolen valor, boots on the ground. And third of all, to teach you a lesson that you're never going to forget for the rest of your life. There's a gentleman's agreement. It's a real gentleman's agreement that exists here in Texas. So how about you just get off your couch and come visit me here in Texas, and we can put this gentleman's agreement into effect, and we can solve our matters of the way, because by going back and forth is not solving nothing. Apparently you had a problem with Brother Abe Sias for bringing him into this situation. You just didn't know that Brother Abe Sias didn't come alone. Sgt Sias is here. So how about you send your trolls or your fake profiles or the people that are infiltrated to give me a message of how you want to handle this? Because I'm tired of the bullshit that you're playing. How about we do this gentleman's agreement and we handle the situation like gentlemen? Let me know. Let me know. I just want to see how bad you really are. I'm always up for a challenge, a real challenge. But I'm telling you, you're not ready for Sgt Sias. You're not ready for Sgt Sias, Ike. You don't have, how should I say, the killer mentality. The mentality Sgt Sias has when he was a comic. You don't got that. Brother Spiritual Abe's trying to come out, telling me to shut up, telling me to attend the Love Foundation. He's not here right now. No, he's a really good guy. When you invite him to the group, he went there thinking that you and your moderators invited him into the group because you've seen his works. But all along, it was y'all just playing him for a fool. I noticed that. So I'm the one that was blocking everybody because I noticed there was something, should I say, shiesty, what was going on there. But you revealed yourself to spiritual Brother Abe and Sgt Sias. I'm the one that noticed you right off the bat, that you were the one behind everything. And I'm glad that you have surfaced up. You know, now the bigger question is, are you ready to handle the situation of what you've caused? Are you ready for the backlash you're about to receive? You know, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. Like I said, it might not be from me. It might be from another source. But, you know, and Sgt Sias doesn't feel sorry if you're demonized or not. Brother Abe does, but not Sgt Sias. Sgt Sias thinks you're a dumbass because you open yourself up to that. And you're allowing that to control you, that you continue to be an idiot and show everybody else in the crypto community that you're an idiot. But that's what I see. It's sad that you had to bring your family into it. You know, that's what the sad part is. Bringing your family into a fight that you cannot win. You cannot win the physical fight, that's for sure. And definitely you cannot win this is brother Sias. Because this is what he told me. You cannot win the spiritual bondage that you're going through. Because sooner or later it's going to engulf you and it's going to take you out of this world. That's what he's going to do. That's what he wants. He wants you and your whole family. That's what he wants. I'm talking to what Brother Abe Sias says. He's concerned about you. I'm not. He is. I'm not. Yes, it's called mutual combat. Thank you, brother. Or stay out of this, Brother Abe Sias. Yes, it's called mutual combat. Here in the state of Texas, it's allowed by law, mutual combat. So you want to do mutual combat with old Sgt Sias? We can do that. Mutual combat. You know, I hate bullies. I remember when I was out there in Operation Desert Storm, the Medina Republican Guard had invaded Kuwait, and they had raped women and killed children. How do I know this? Because I ran into an area where there was nothing but dead women and dead children. So when I seen that, I knew at that time that the Medina Republican Guard wasn't as man as I thought there was. I knew that they targeted women and children, so I knew that there wasn't man enough to face us in combat in which we showed them who we are, and they paid the price, the ultimate price, for what they did to those women and children. I made it how should I say, I put them on the top list to leave, how should I say, no prisoners. No prisoners and which means everybody has to go. Ike, you're making so many enemies that you're almost on that list like that. Like I said, karma's a bitch, and you're putting yourself out there in the line like that. I'm here at Sgt Sias and Spiritual Aid Sias group. Man, you could say it's PTSD maybe that has come out of him. This persona Sgt Sias, PTSD. He tried to control that as a love foundation to the best of his abilities, but I always escape once in a while to have a little bit of fun. And here I am on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters speaking. But anyways, I feel Sgt Sias wants to come out and say something, but I don't want to let him speak. But he's trying to come out right now, trying to say something to the audience. But I just want to say one word before I go. Sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with. Like, sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with. That's all I'm going to say to y'all. To you and to those who are affiliated with you. Sometimes you don't know who you're dealing with. And I'll leave it at that. But anyways, I'm going to sign out in a moment. We got Sister, who is this? Teresa. Brother Eric knows. I'm calling him brother because he's a brother in arms. He's from the Brotherhood, a blood brother. Brother Eric knows how it is. He might have served a era after me, but he knows how it is in the military. How we're trained highly to find a target and destroy a target. He knows how highly trained we are. He's prior military. He knows what we're capable of, and that's within us for the rest of our lives. The training that we do is we're trained to listen to follow orders, and we're trained to be first in nature. If we went up in a situation, whether it be offense or defense, we're trained to act accordingly through what we train for, which becomes first in nature, and we just handle business. That's what we do. But anyways, I don't want to keep this too long, because I know probably Ike is still blabbing his mouth. Right now, he's live in another video somewhere. I don't know. I don't watch him, but I'm sending this message, and I'm going to post this site on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on YouTube also. But anyways, just remember, if you see a veteran, please show them respect and show them support, because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they've done in combat. There's many that carry the burden on their shoulders every day, just like I do. The burden of always remembering the things that we had to do to survive in a combat environment is something we live with for the rest of our lives. We also have injuries from serving the military, but putting our body in the line fully 100% to overcome any mission that they give us. That's what we do. That's what we're called, American heroes, veterans. There's a lot of things that I've done that you could say I deserve medals that they haven't given me. For example, what I did that day when I defended my crew, opened up the hatch and shot the enemy between the eyes. They never gave me a medal for that. You know, that's unheard of, but it did happen. So I'm a man of dignity. I don't need no medals to dignify who I am as Sgt Sias. What I've done, I did because I had to, and that's the past. You know, I've survived. They're not here. I'm here. But anyways, I want to sign off tonight by saying any brother in arms that are going through something, suicidal thoughts, that they're going through something in a manner of maybe being sick, you don't stand alone. I'm here. Sgt Sias is here for y'all. Reach out to me. If you're going through something like this, reach out to me. I got your six, how they say in nowadays, the terms nowadays, but the terms we used to say back in the day, I got your back. I got your back 100%. Just like I know my brother in arms is still alive, have my back 100%. So when we talk about numbers, Sgt Sias don't come alone. We are many. And we are many that have served the United States government. We are many brother in arms, blood brothers, that have actually fought in combat. We are many. We are many that still exist here. So I don't come alone when you're dealing with Sgt Sias, because my brother in arms don't want a peace also, you know. It's kind of like somebody messes with one of us, they're messing with all of us. So my brother in arms are licking their chops because they want a piece of the action. I told them to calm down because I got this. But like I told them, I don't think Lion King Mike has the cojones to come up against anybody. Honestly, he don't have the cojones. In Spanish we call him how's that, primo? A pan, right? He's a pan. Pan stands for panocha. In English terms, a panocha would stand for a pussycat. I'll say it nicely. A pussycat. That's what he stands for. A pussy gato. Pussycat. Because you got no cojones. How can you got no cojones, you got a mouth. That's why he probably do. He got a mouth that he talks a big game, but he don't got the cojones. Yeah, he's just a little Simba. He don't got the cojones. He got a lot of hablada, a lot of talk, but he don't got the cojones to back it up, because he's a pan, a pussy gato, a pussycat. Or that's what he is, a pussy cat. I bet you if you touch him with a finger, he'll purr. He'll purr. If you touch him with a finger, he's gonna purr because he's a pussy cat. He don't got no man. How should I say? Like I said, he got no cojones. You know what that means? No cojones. No bolas, no balls. You don't got it. You don't got the cojones. For the lady that was trying to send Brother Abe messages yesterday, You've affiliated yourself with him, and you show signs already because you were behind it also. So I say to you, screw your lady. Uh, you're eating crow right now because Brother Sias done booted you out of his groups. So I said to you, screw your lady too, because you're affiliated with Dumb Nuts Ike. You know, if like I said, if he was my soldier, I'd smoke him. I'll smoke him, make him do push-ups. I'll make him do all kinds of exercises. I'll do wall-to-wall counseling just to shape him up, you know, but I will have to do a lot of wall-to-wall counseling to shape him up because, like I said, he don't got no cojones. He don't got the cojones to make it in a combat environment. I think maybe his mama might have more cojones than him. If that was his real mama or it was him that sounded like a female, pretending to be a female, he got like maybe, you know, it was him also pretending to be a female. I mean, only God knows how many personalities this guy is. At least Brother Abe is Brother Abe, and Sgt Sias is weird too. But this guy has multiple personalities, or a lot of personalities, you know. He pretends to be a pussy gato. He pretends to be a dog. By the fake profiles that I see, he pretends to be an old lady. He pretends to be a black, an African American. He pretends to be so many things that he's got multiple personalities, you know. What I see, you know, how Brother Sias would say, he's demonized. At least here with Sgt Sias, you get two. Brother Abe Sias and Sgt Sias, you get two. But with this guy, he's not crazy. He knows what he's doing. He's just doing it for the attention, you know. He's doing it for the attention. So I say to anybody that is supposedly afraid, you know, and you know what? Who's pumping them up? Who's pumping them up is his fake profiles. They're pretending that they're with y'all, but they're pretending that they're with y'all, but they're not. He's got all these fake profiles pumping him up to say, be careful, he's a very dangerous. I mean, he ain't dangerous at all. I don't see a danger bone in his body. If it's true, if that he's dangerous, well, I want to meet that danger because I love danger. Sgt Sias loves danger. And Sgt Sias can tell if he's real danger or not. Just like I've been in combat and I could tell whether the enemy was dangerous or not. I can tell if this person that he gets all these fake profiles to pump him up to be a danger. I don't see a danger bone in his body. I've seen his videos. I don't see no danger in all. The only thing I see, no, he wants to call himself grounded to boots. I see an American coward. That's what I see. An American coward. You could say, how do they say in the southern states? He's got a yellow stripe on his back. He's a coward. That's what I see. Prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, prove it to me. Let's do this gentleman's agreement. Prove me wrong, Ike. Come on. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Mike. Prove me wrong. Let's do the gentleman's agreement here in the state of Texas. Prove me wrong. You're not a yellow belly coward. Prove me wrong, Ike. I'm talking bad about you, Ike. Prove me wrong. Let's do the gentleman's agreement here in the state of Texas. I want to see how bad you really are. I want you to conjure up all these demons that you have, with all these fake profiles, and we'll settle it. I'll tell you what, Sgt Sias, when he's done with you, we'll exercise all these demons that you have. Military way. But I think you're just full of it. Like I said, I don't see no cojones, no cojones to solve anything. I don't see it. So I don't know this fake profiles that are jumping in some of the chats. how they're pumping this guy to be dangerous, but he ain't dangerous. He ain't dangerous at all. It's like these bots are hype men for him, making him think he's bad, but he ain't bad. He ain't nothing. So I just want to. This is just to everybody that are Brother Abe's friends. Don't believe the hype because he's not. It's not what he says he is. He's full of it, and he's using all these bots to deceive people. Oh yeah, the Sarge before Sgt Sias was in the picture. He's done some certain training, and well, that'll be the surprise. Ike, coward Ike, trying to steal stolen valor, talking about boots and ground. You're more like flip flops in the kitchen, flip flops in the living room, flip flops going to the restroom, or should I say, I'm sorry, not flip flops going to the restroom. Flip flops going to the outhouse because that's probably what you have out there, an outhouse. Some people don't have restrooms, and I believe out there in Oklahoma where you live, you probably have an outhouse. So I said flip flops to the outhouse. It's not boots on the ground; it's flip flops. I seen that video. I seen the video where he's pretending that he's hearing noises from hearing noises of a Bigfoot, and you can see him throwing a rock. If you look at this posture, how he's walking, this guy does not have a fighting bone in his body. Just by his walk is sloppy. His looks are sloppy. I don't see, for those who do practice martial arts and or a veteran like me that's been in combat or we trained, I don't see no fighting bone in this guy. He's just a couch potato. How can I say it? A couch potato. That's what he is, a couch potato, a fat couch potato. The way he threw the rock, he threw the rock like he got no cojones. He threw the rock. The way he threw a rock was even manly. That's how much of a pani is. A panoche, that he didn't even throw the rock like a man. It's like, oh my God, it was so funny. Ridiculous. And then he's got Big Lulu with him. Big Lulu there, giving him the backup. I mean, if I was afraid of somebody, I'm gonna be honest, it probably would be Big Lulu, because I don't want that 500-pound woman to sit on me. Probably Lulu would be more of a man than no cojones, my Ike. Lulu, you gotta be careful because she sit on you, you ain't gonna get up. That's a heavy woman. That's like a 500-pound woman. I don't know if that's his sister, his wife, his mom. I don't know what kind of relationship they got, but something's wrong there. Something's definitely wrong there. Like, that's the one that everybody got to watch for. Not Ike, but Big Lulu. You don't want her to fall on you. She's got a lot of weight, man. Like I said, this is Sgt Sias. Sgt Sias can make fun of whoever the hell he wants to make of. But yeah, I call her Big Lulu. And Mike, we call him Mike No Cajones. Mike No Cajones. He got no cojones. I'm sorry, Mike. I don't know how your mama raised you. If she put on a dress on you when you were a kid to make you think you were a little girl, that you lost your manhood, how she raised you. But that's what I think happened, because when you hide behind your mama, kind of remind me about the movie Waterboy. I think your mama put you in a dress when you were growing up that you lost your cojones, and you hang with your sister because you're actually not sister and brother. You're actually sisters. You're the older sister and she's the younger sister. That's what I see. Like I said, you don't got no cojones. You want to do the talk, but don't want to do the walk. You got no cojones. That's what I see, you know. I don't want to see you put on a dress, Ike. Show your true color. I don't want to see you in stockings or I almost threw up on high heels. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see the real you. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you and the real you. You probably share dresses with your sister. I don't want to see you that way. You see what I'm doing there, Ike? It's not good, right? It's not good. It's not good when people call you out, call you Mike No Cajones. That's gonna be. I'm gonna make that trend. Mike No Cajones. Mike No Cajones. And Big Lulu. Oh, you see, Panuchudo Mike. That's a better one. Panuchudo Mike. Panuchudo Mike and Big Lulu. Oh man. I know I made a video last night. Well, should I say Brother Abe Sias made a video last night, and one of his cronies showed up on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on YouTube, and she was accusing of Brother Abe Sias of not defending her while Josh Turner was talking crap about her. And it's like, to me, seeing this from the sidelines of Sgt Sias, I'm like, how does this lady expect Brother Abe Sias or even me, which I don't care, to feel sorry for someone that's affiliated with them? I don't feel sorry at all for this lady that probably has the same issues as Mike. I mean, to me, what I see from the sidelines, that they're part either of a cult, or you all ever seen the movie Wrong Turn, of inbreds. That's what I see, something of that nature. Either maybe I'm confusing it, the demonic attack for a little bit of inbreeding going on in there. That's what I think. That's what I see. But I don't know, Ike No Cajones. Big Lulu. Big Lulu, are you married? Did you secretly get married to your sister? I mean, brother? But anyways, so much about this loser. But the offers on the table to not so innocent, no cojones Mikey. What's all this stuff that Brother Abe Sias got here? Got some Palo, looks like some Palo Santo or something. It lights up. But anyways, this is not a skit. This is Sgt Sias speaking loud and clear for those who see this video. Everything that Sgt Sias has spoken is 100% truth. But I'm tired of talking to somebody that is just blowing hot air, that is never going to do nothing about anything. He's playing girl games. You know, chisme in Spanish means gossip. It's like people that gossip do. You know, playing little games, talking about people. You know, like, I think they call it high school shit, right? That's what they are, high school shit. Just play little games like that, just to see who joins their high school games. But that's what I see. I wouldn't call him a drama queen there, Jesus Carvajal. He's more of a drama queen. Drama queen. He's not no king at all. Remember, he got no cojones. He's a drama queen. That's what he is. A drama queen. She's the drama queen of the cult. We can't call him anymore. She's the drama queen of the cult. I believe they got a cult in Oklahoma. If they had a name, I don't know what the name of their cult is. All I know is they have so many fake profiles of cats, more of cats and dogs. So I'm going to call them the Pussy Gato cult. The Pussy Gato cult. That's what I'm going to call them. The Pussy Gato cult. Pussycat cult. That's what I'm going to call him. He's probably not. I don't think he's mastered enough to be a warlock. He's more of a witch because he got no cojones. So he's a witch with a sister. You know, both of the sisters are witches because he got no cojones. So he's not a co-leader in any kind of way. He's part of the girls, part of the women. That's as far as he got, because his mom got the tight leash on him. You know, got the tight leash on him, so he didn't make it far enough to be an apprentice. He just made it to be a witch with the females. You know, that's why I believe, you know, as a sisterhood, he's part of the sisterhood. Can't say brotherhood. He got no cojones. So he's part of the sisterhood. So that's why all these women stand up for him, because he's a witch, a female witch. You know, I guess, I don't know what kind of gender or wish she is, but, you know, she's some kind of gender. I don't know if it's the 200 gender, or I don't know what number of gender we could describe this female witch that looks like a man is. But I believe that's why there's so many women that are around him, because he never made it to be a warlock or be the man of the group, because he can't be, because he got no cojones. So he's just there with all the other witches that are backing him up. You know, that's why I believe the female witches came at me. They came at me because they came not at me. I'm sorry. They came at Brother Abe Sias in a negative way, because he talks about Jesus Christ. But I believe they're all part of they're witches. They're witches. Every single one of them. That's why Brother Abe Sias have been getting bombarded with fake profiles of black cats, of all kinds of different kinds of cats, because they want to infiltrate, but they can't infiltrate. Sgt Sias right here is giving you the opening to come and visit him in Temple, Texas, to do this mutual agreement as hombres. But you'll be a no-show. You don't got the cojones. You don't got the cojones. Where's your mama at? She's probably hiding you, right? She's like, Mike. Well, should I call you Michelle instead of Mike? Yeah, Michelle. Michelle, you know you cannot do that. You do not got the cojones. We agreed that when I raised you to be a little girl, that you were going to be a female witch. So that's why your name is Michelle. I'm sorry. To. She's probably mad at you for bringing out the Mike persona out, because that Michael, that's not the real you. The real you is Michelle Stevenson, because you don't got the cojones. You don't got the cojones. You don't got the bolas to handle business. You don't got the cojones at all. You're not an hombre. You're not an hombre. You're a muchacha with a panocha. You're not an hombre at all. I'm gonna call you Micaela in Spanish, or what's another name for Michelle in Spanish? Mica? I don't know. So, to all these people within the cryptid community, I suggest that Sgt Sias ignore this fool, because he's all talk and no action, and that's all he is. That's why I'm gonna call him Mike No Cajones from now on. Oh, Michelle No Michelle No Cajones, or Michelle La Panuchuda. Yeah, I just call it how I see it. If she was out there in the front lines, Michelle was out there in the front lines, she'll be working all night long. I'll send her on duty from tank to tank. And I think the other sister, Big Lulu, is more of a man than he is. If she was in the front lines, I would send her out there to be the moving target. As big as she is, we could use her as a tank. Make her pretend to be a tank, so we can lock on her with a tank, with the sights. We got a mover identified. Fire on the way. Boom. I will utilize her. I'll put her on detail to be a moving target on range, as big as she is. She fits perfect. She looks like an old M60. An old M60A1 tank. That's how big she is. You can spot her a mile away, or should I say like 10 miles away, as big as she is. And for the other lady that's affiliated with him that was crying wolf to me, I'll put her on shit detail. I'll make her burn the shit from the latrines. Make her stir it up and burn shit. I'll stick her on shit detail. If I was in charge of them. That's the only thing you can get good use of. The only good use you can get from them, because they're shit talkers, right? So that's about the only good use you can get out. And they're not ready for combat. So I'll stick her on the shit detail. Just stir shit and burn on the burn shit detail. That's how I'll stick her on. Yeah, Lulu would do good in the army, only for details. Like I said before, I can put her with a shirt that has the white and the black, and the white and the black, and I could set her up out there to stand on, so we can put lock or bore sight or tanks and have her as a square out there, so we can bore shot her tanks. We can use her on the detail, Big Lulu, or we could use Big Lulu as a moving target downrange. There's a lot of ranges. We need people like that. There's 4 ranges and on 4 hood. I can hook her up with a job. She can be a moving target, and we need some people. You're all seeking for money. I can find you a job. Don't worry about Cash App. The government pays pretty good. I'm more sure they can use you. Big Lulu downrange. I can find you a job. I know people that work for the range. I'm a veteran. I can find you a job as a moving target. You're too big to be a troop, so I'm sorry I cannot use you as a troop to be troops. You're too big. You're good enough to be a mover. Mover. We need movers in the army, so I can use you for that. Shit. When y'all doing the live, I didn't know. I thought Ike was seated on you because you were bigger than the couch. But I can find you a job. That's the problem. I do have connections for Fort Hood, and I can find you a job out there downrange as a mover. You'll be a moving target. For Ike, well, shit, Ike, I don't know about you, man. I don't know. Your sister, I could find a job real quick. Like I said, either to bore side the tanks. I have to dress her up with the black and the white squares. She's good enough, big enough for that. Or I could use it as a move. But for you, I don't know. Shoot, Mike. Or should I say, I'm sorry, Michelle. I mean, I know in the first of the month and the 15th, Ike, I can find a job for you. I can. On the first of the month and then the 50th of the month is paydays for the GIs, right? It's payday. It's when the GIs get paid. Some get paid at the beginning of the month, and some get paid mid-month. I can use you as a billets hole. There you go. Yeah, I said it. You get dressed up in the outfit. Your mama dressed you up when you were a kid. To be the no microhonets to Michelle. You can dress up as Michelle, and I'll send you from billets to billets there on a Fort Hood, so you can make some money. You just got to be careful, because some of these GIs they're cheap, so they might give you $5, $10. If you can't lose weight, Michelle, I don't think you're gonna make that much money. I think you're gonna go. I'm sorry. You might be less than the $5 I make you holla. Yeah, I don't think you'll make that much, man. Honestly, I think you probably only get $1 from each GI. For each visit that you make from room to room. Because, man, you need to work, man. You need to change your appearance. I don't think 50 cents maybe, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think that I can find a job for you, Michelle or Mike No Cajones. I don't know. I'm trying to think the hardest to try to find you a job that you'll be able to be able to do good there. Oh, I got it. Not even detail on the laundry. I got it. Perfect job for you, brother. I mean, Michelle, Mike No Cajones, I got a job for you. At April's Gym, you can pretend to be a punching bag, right? So, I know some of my friends are professional boxers that are from the box for the U.S. Army. I can tell them, I can gather up some money out of the kindness of my heart and tell them to give me $5 and that they have to use you as a punching bag so they could get the feeling of fighting a real boxer, how it feels to when you punch somebody I can hire you, find you a job to be a punching bag. That's even better. A punching bag. Yeah, no, he wouldn't be. It wouldn't be good for the buco money. I'll lose clientele that way. You know, not that I'm a pimp. I'm not Sgt Sias a pimp. So I don't think he would be good in that category as a $5 make you holler woman. Sorry, Mike No Cajones / Michelle, you wouldn't be good in that category. But as a punching bag, you would. I think I can find you a job there in which you'll make some money. You don't have to. You and Sister Lulu, you don't have to worry about conning people out of money. You can make your own money. I can find you a job there on Fort Hood. I have connections there. Now, I'm just trying to help you all out, you know. If you really need money that bad, I'll hook you up. That's the problem. But definitely the highest paid person in your family will be Lulu, because she'll get paid real good out there. Range Patrol really do need those bore side targets for the ranges, for tankers, and especially the movers. You know, you can never go wrong with a mover. You know, she's a big target. So we could utilize her in every single range. She'll make a lot of money. I'm just trying to help you all, you know, make some money. I got connections there on Fort Hood, or it's not Fort Hood no more. I'm sorry. It's called Fort Cavazos. You know, I got connections up there still. I have friends that work for the military. I can talk to them, and, you know, I can hook you all up with a job down there. And for the lady that I said I would do the shit detail, you know, that's about the only job I can find for you. The shit detail job. Just gotta stir. You're gonna be like, you ever see the movie Karate Kid? Wax on, wax off. Well, you're gonna be stir on, stir off, stir on, stir off. When you're burning that, that's the only job I can find for you is the shit detail job on Fort Cavazos. They do need that, you know. I can try to see if I could get you in as worker. Excuse me. Working for the porta potty company that's on Fort Hood. You know, cleaning out the porta potties. You know, clean them out, take the poop out of there, and put clean chemicals in there for the troops. You know, as far as I know, y'all said y'all support the troops. Or am I wrong? Y'all said you're boots and ground, so that's telling me that you want to support the troops. So I'm trying to find you jobs to be able to support the troops, as being since the troops are the real boots and ground. So I figured you're supportive, and you stand for, you talk about freedom of speech. You want to be involved in that. You know, want to be part of the boots and ground of the real American heroes. So I can find you those jobs. So you can really support us, you know. We got the sheet detail job, the mover down range, and Mike, just said Michelle, the punching bag. Mike No Cajones, you can be the punching bag in Abrams Gym for the soldiers, so they can have a real life experience of punching a dummy, you know. But I can utilize all of you. I can find you all a job there on Fort Hood, Texas, or Fort Cavazos. We need, if you, we can make it happen. Just let me know. Contact me with that Black Kitty profile or the Michelle profile that you sent me the other day. Contact me through there. You know, I'll be able to hook you up with a job. You might have to relocate. You know, how about if I relocate you? I can get you a mobile home, a better mobile home that you got. I can relocate you to Elms Grove, there in Killeen, Texas. I can relocate you there to Elms Grove. So you can really do the boots on the ground there, where you're going to be busy working for the government. Because there's always, they could call you in because they need you to do the portal potties. They always have gunneries. So Lulu, Big Lulu, you're always going to have a job because they're going to utilize you. And Brother Mike, well, the boxer's always training, so they're going to utilize you very well. And like I said, then I will consider you part of the boots in the ground a little bit. Consider you a little bit to being parts of boot in the ground by volunteering yourself for those kind of works. For a moving target, a moving M61A1 tank, Miss Lulu, downrange. The other lady with the sheet detail cleaning the porta potties, and Michelle, or should I say Mike, no cojones, you could be a punching bag at the Abrams gym for the boxers that are boxing for United States Army. Then I will consider you just a little bit part of boots on the ground. A little bit. But like I said, you have to relocate. I'll relocate y'all to Elms Grove, Get you out of your home and relocate you to Elms Grove, where I used to live. It's a beautiful place, it's got a park, it's got a creek. The only thing is right there, you really don't have to do too much boots on the ground because they'll come to you. They'll come visit you towards your home. So, but you say you're an expert of this, so right there, I'm going to put you right in the center location when I relocate you, where there's some real activity. You say you're an expert of what you do, so I'm sure you'll be able to handle what's there in Elms Grove. I think, I don't know. Brother Sgt Sias had a hard time there in Elms Grove, but you say you're an expert. There's a cartoon character that you remind me of, Elmer Fudd. A hunting now we go, That's what you remind me of, Elmer. But I'm sorry. I can't say Elmer Fudd anymore because you're Mike No Cojones. I'm sorry. You're Michelle. I can't say that. But anyways, I hope everybody liked Sgt Sias here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters tonight. I'm not so sorry if I offended anybody in any kind of way because this is what we do. This is what I do. I said what I had to say, speak what I had to speak. But yeah, I can help y'all. But anyways, it's time for me to go out there into the nightlife. Go drink me a couple of brewskis with the boys. Mike, Michelle, not you because you're not a boy, so you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to say that you're going to go out and drink some beers with the boys because you wasn't raised that way. We know how you were raised. You was raised as a female. That's why you're part of the witches covenant because you're a female witch. So you cannot say you're going to go out and drink with the boys. You're not allowed to say that. You better be quiet because your mama going to hit you on top of the head because you know how she raised you to be a girl. So anyways, this is all from Sgt Sias here on Brother Sgt Sias Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Everybody have a good evening. Don't let anybody get underneath your skin. Don't be a bully. Oops, I'm sorry. I was a little bit of a bully tonight, but I'm not so sorry because I meant every word that I said. As Sgt Sias. Um, sometimes you have to not how should I say, give power to people that think they have power. You take away that power, but by ignoring them and not giving them the attention. Uh, so I suggest to anybody that's been affected by this guy, Michelle, or should I say Michelle, I can't even call him a guy, is don't fit into his bullshit. That's all I can say to y'all. Don't fit in to his bullshit. But anyways, I'm signing off now. So we got Kilo Echo November Echo Tango Hotel here. We got Juliet Echo Sierra Uniform Sierra here that was here with me all this time. But I think Brother Kenneth, you might know some terms because he talked about the detail in laundry, so he might know about the laundry room detail. You have that kind of detail. There is details, like I said. There's a lot of details that I could put them in the lumberjack detail, where I go set them to go cut trees. They got the lumberjack detail for hood. They got the fire detail when there's a range fire. We send the fire detail out there to pull out the flames. Tell you, military can find a detail for you to do. There's always a detail in the military. We can find one for you. So the sky's the limit there on Fort Cavazos, for all kinds of details. But anyways, thank you for joining Kenneth Roper, Jesus Carvajal, Catherine Gay. Who else we got here? Sister Veronica Medrano, Rai Voss. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to me tonight here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I was going to change the name to Sgt Sias for tonight's episode, but I left it there because, I just come and go. I'm in and out. I'm fast. I'm in and out. I just make special appearances when need be. When things surface up and there's a matter of life or death, I surface up. So I'm just in and out. I'm just here temporarily. Anyways, y'all have a nice evening. Make sure you eat your MREs tonight. Y'all got MREs. If you're out there camping or out in the field, make sure you get plenty of rest. And do not fall asleep on guard duty because the enemy can sneak up on you. Don't be falling asleep on guard duty because that's on Article 15. But anyways, we got Primo. Yeah, Primo Abe's cousin here, Mario Marua. How you doing, Primo Mario Marua? Here in the chat, Sgt Sias was venting tonight there. Primo Mario Marua, he was venting. It was just venting about certain things. But I'm fixing to sign off. Thank you for tuning in. You want to watch the replay of what Sgt Sias was speaking of, you should. You'll like it. You like the video. But anyways, y'all have a blessed evening. And never give up in life. Don't let nobody bully you in any kind of way. Like our mamas used to say, no te dejes de ni un cabrón y dales en la madre. Our mamas, words of wisdom, dales en la madre. Or should I say, dales en su pinche madre. that was a proper word I think that we use. So many bad words that I can think of. Well, a lot of bad words that we use. Just put it like this, Michelle, or should I say Mike No Cajones. Sarge Sias is tough, but Sarge Sias' mama was tougher. Just put it that way. We got a lot of viewers here. Let me see what else we got here. See, Brother Kenneth saying, so let me try to answer some of this. Thank you there, Kenneth, for your kind words. Maybe one day Sarge Sias will come back on one of these days, but Sarge Sias, I'm not seeing that this No Cajones Mike is going to do anything, so I'm just going to lay back and set up an alpha and just wait to see if he's going to surface up, see if he's going to man up. But we all know we cannot man up because it's No Cajones Mike, or now besides No Cajones Mike is Michelle. But anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.